Okay, so I'm going to pick up from the last video. We have Adam and Eve disobeyed God, which brought into the human race this idea of sin, right? And sin, it can be defined in the Bible defines it in different ways. I'm going to try to give some definitions for you here. Number one, sin is basically breaking God's law, right? You've done something that God said not to do, you break his law, right? Number two, it's encroaching on his personal boundaries. Like he drew a line and we've crossed it, right? Number three, sin is anything you do where you're not totally convinced that it's the right thing to do, right? And so that's another form of sin, right? And so we see the introduction of sin into our human experience, right? And if you remember, God told Adam before, hey, if you eat of this tree, you're going to die. Sin in its final consequence for sin is death, right? And so we see that death is now a part of our experience in the world today, where you have people dying left and right. The experience of death, we know death, we're familiar with it, and one day, if we reflect about it and think about it, we will all die. I can't say we all die. I mean, I don't know who's going to die, but I know for me, I'm most likely going to die and go to the grave, you know? And so we see death as a part of our experience now as well, right? And so the death is just a consequence. We see the consequence, death, and we don't like death, but it's just a consequence of our sins before a holy and righteous God, right? And so that's the second part of what we want to talk about is just the whole idea of what sin is, and then kind of what the consequence of sin is, death, and so then our story picks up with, I have like 1 more minute, so I'm going to try to get into it a little bit more. Our story picks up with Cain and Abel, right? With the story of Adam and Eve having a child. Their first child was Cain. The second child was Abel, right? Cain ended up killing Abel. That's the first occurrence of murder inside of the Bible, right? Well, actually, Jesus says that what Satan did was murdering. So the fact that Satan deceived Adam and Eve was murdering them. God considers that as murdering, right? But the first actual occurrence of a person murdering another person would be Cain killing Abel, right? And so that now we have the introduction of this idea of murder into the human race, right? This is the first point of reference of a person murdering another person. And we see now that it is so widespread. It's something that's so common that people do. We hear about it on the news all the time, of people shooting, stabbing, killing each other.